Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Guys, can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so did you attend this third tutorial? Problem 1. All of you know that when you allow a charge with constant speed, it moves on a circular path and its speed does not change. But can you prove it as well?
Yes, sir.
And how will you do it?
Sir, we'll make an assumption that magnetic field is static in nature, and we'll apply work energy theorem.
So let us say this is magnetic field. And this is the force on charge. Or if vector V is this, we need to prove that so how will you prove this?
Sir, here force is perpendicular to velocity, sir.
Okay, so
So force is also perpendicular to ds by dt. Therefore, force is also perpendicular to ds vector.
all right. So what does it prove?
So from work energy theorem, kinetic energy and hence the speed of the charged particle remains constant, sir.
So you are saying that when force is perpendicular to displacement,
Yes, sir.
kinetic energy is constant.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how do you prove this?
Sir,
Yes.
F dot ds is 0 means work done is 0, and work done is a way to convert one form of energy to another form of energy. So if work done is 0, then there is no change in energy. So initial energy is always be constant.
Yes, sir. Work done is 0. So half m v1 square minus v2 square is 0. So before and after the velocity is not changing.
See, Lorentz force does not do any work in any case, right? But you know that there are magnetic cranes. The magnet is being used in railway tracks, I mean, as brake. So although magnetic field cannot do any work, but still they are used to perform some work, right? So how do you know which component of this machinery will not do any work? Magnetic field work नहीं करता है, but still इसका जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है इसको आप यूज करते हैं मैग्नेटिक क्रेन्स में और भी बहुत सारे मशीन्स में, इवन इन जनरेटर्स आल्सो. आप कैसे बिजली बनाते हैं? देयर इज ए मैग्नेट, परमानेंट मैग्नेट, एंड between these two permanent magnets there is a coil rotating, right? Obviously something is doing work, but magnetic field का
Yes.
यूज इसमें कहीं ना कहीं है. So how do you know which component will not change its speed and which component will change? So this is the very simple problem. A charge is just moving inside it. And what I want you to do, without using any previous theorem, without taking any assumption, can you prove that speed is not going to change? Right now you are using the concept that if work is zero, then whatever is the initial kinetic energy, that will not change. जो भी यदि वर्क जीरो है तो जो भी इनिशियल काइनेटिक एनर्जी होगा वही फाइनल भी होगा. Or in other words, what I want you to do, find the trajectory. Trajectory means path followed by the electron. So if you know the position x, y, z with respect to time, you can calculate whatever you want. So any other stable answer? और how will you prove this part जो आपने अभी खुद से कहा है, इसको कैसे प्रूव करेंगे?
Which one, sir?
If force is perpendicular to ds, why kinetic energy is constant?
Sir, work done is F dot ds.
All right, okay.
So
applying work
cos
energy
theta
theorem,
is-
change in work.
So there is okay. So work is equal to 0. So and if this magnetic field is not constant, it is some function of x, y, z, then in that case, is it true?
No, sir.
Yes,
It
sir.
is. Sir, magnetic field should be static.
It is static, but obviously it is not changing with time, but it has different value at different point.
Sure.
Sir, at every point, v cross b is perpendicular to both the vector v vector and b vector, and
Right.
along the v vector there is ds vector. So at every time the force vector is perpendicular to ds vector. That's why after ds is 0, work done is 0.
So vector f is perpendicular to vector b always, right?
And ds vector is along the v vector because v dot dt is ds.
I mean, I agree with your point. Since work is always zero, the particle cannot gain any energy from the magnetic field. So whatever is the initial kinetic energy, that has to be constant. Okay, I think that is also a acceptable answer. Column 2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, you told some alternative method is there.
There are many answers. Like one of the answer that you suggested, that is also acceptable. What I want you to do is just solve this equation. That's it. This is force, and force is equal to this equation, d2 r over dt square. So this is equal to what? Q v cross p, right? I mean, just simple Newton equation. That's it. So m db upon dt is equal to q b cross b. So this will give you everything that you want to know. What is the trajectory? What is the speed? What is the velocity? What is the path? Everything is written in this equation. You just need to solve it. How many equations are there? This is one vector equation, right? Or these are actually three scalar equations. And what are these three scalar equations? Obviously x component. How much it is? What is x component of this? Let us say field is constant, and if it is constant, it will be along some direction. Let us say that direction is z direction. Just keep the life simple. Now what is x component?
Sir, Vy Bz.
By component on both sides is
Vx Bz.
with minus sign, right?
Yes, sir.
And z component is
No Z component.
so this gives you a straightforward answer. Bz is equal to constant. Now these two equations, Bx changes according to By. Q is constant, Bz is constant, and By changes according to Bx. So these two are coupled equations, right? So I mean, now it's up to you. What exactly do you want to calculate? If you want to know path, then you need to know what is Bx, what is By. In that case, we will have to solve for Bx and By both. So what we do? Take one more derivative here is equal to q bz dvy over dt. And what is dvy over dt? Take it from here. It is equal to what? Q bz minus q bz upon m bx, right? What is this? Can you, sorry. So it becomes d2 dx over dt square plus some constant. You know that constant, how much? Q is square bz is square upon m square. bx is equal to 0. पहचानते हैं इस इक्वेशन को? और if you take double derivative of by, क्या मिलेगा आपको? सेम इक्वेशन यहाँ पे भी मिलेगी. कभी देखी है इक्वेशन इससे आज से पहले?
ये कुछ SHM टाइप की है क्या?
Yes, sir.
Means this is the solution. Bx is equal to some constant a cos. Let me use omega for this. omega, omega, omega. A cos omega t plus some constant. Both are second order equations, so you will have two constants. Similarly here, by is some a prime cos omega t plus phi prime. You can calculate a prime and phi prime depending on initial condition. Initial condition means how does particle enter into the field? Particle कैसे field में enter किया? Obviously, the whole trajectory depends on what is the initial point. Particle इस तरीके से गया है, this is the path. Particle इस तरीके से गया, this is the path, and so on, right? So obviously, the exact path depends on what was the initial condition. Accordingly, you will find your a prime, phi prime. But what do you see? Bx is changing periodically, by is changing periodically, right? Means, let me give you the complete answer. If you calculate phi and a with the initial conditions, you will get something like this: a cos omega t, by is a sin omega t. Okay. When bx is maximum, by is nearly zero. When by is maximum, bx is nearly zero. A circular path, something like this. Okay. Sometimes we do not solve these equations completely. कभी-कभी जरूरत नहीं आप पूरा solve करें. If I multiply with bx first equation, what I get? Is equal to q bx by bz. If I multiply with by here, what do you get? If I multiply this just for completeness, it is still 0. If I take summation of these three, what I get? Left hand side, right hand side, how much?
0.
0.
What is this term? क्या term है ये?
Sir, v square.
V vector.
Half mv square.
This is what you say. ये तो आप कहते आ रहे हैं अभी तक. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, obviously in this whole mechanics, जितना भी physics आप कर रहे हैं, everything is controlled by this equation. फिर वो चाहे इलेक्ट्रॉन हो, चाहे पुली हो, चाहे कोई मोटर व्हीकल हो, anything. So this one simple looking equations is controlling whole physics. Now it depends on how do you use it. You can do it in the standard way, you will get the complete answer and then you will get the required output. Or you can play some tricks around the equations and you will get what you are looking for directly. So it depends on how you go. That is also an acceptable answer. I mean, you know part of the outcome of this equation. जो आप कह रहे हैं कि F perpendicular to S makes K is equal to constant. All of these are derived thing of this one equation. ये सब यहीं से drive होता है. Right? So you have studied these equations piece by piece at many times in multiple contexts, and now you are using those pieces. Problem 2.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, previous tutorial के सर अपन ने questions छोड़े हुए हैं.
Which one? Just let me go back there.
सर आपने ट्यूटोरियल क्लास में 2-3 क्वेश्चन दिए थे कि खुद से करने के लिए, लाइक divergence of r cap upon r square at r equals to 0 is 4 pi del r cube.
1 minute. So is there anything left in this tutorial?
Sir, last one, I guess.
This one, 3-dimensional extension. So
Yes, sir. Last one, third point.
So first 3 part you can solve. Due to point charge, you know the answer. Due to
Yes, sir.
infinite wire. Due to
सर
infinite
आपने
speed. Yes.
सर आपने लास्ट क्लास में डिस्कस भी किया था, बस थर्ड वाले को छोड़ के। सर उसको भी किया था लेकिन पूरा नहीं।
Yes, so I don't know the answer. There are some discussion in the book of Griffith about this last part जो मैंने भी highlight किया है ये, but I do not know what should be the correct answer for this problem. All I know that electric field cannot follow any pattern in this case because this problem is extremely symmetric and the same symmetry must be there in the electric field. यदि आपका चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन completely symmetric है in all context, आपका फील्ड भी completely symmetric होना चाहिए in all context. One of the answer that I think may be correct is that there is no boundary, but I did not get time to look at that solution. So I'm not sure what should be the correct answer for this problem. So I gave you just for the discussion among yourself. मैंने सिर्फ आपको आपस में डिस्कस करने के लिए दिए हैं. नेट पे सर्च कीजिए कि आपको पॉसिबल आंसर्स मिलते हैं. एंड इफ यू गेट समथिंग कंक्लूसिव लेट मी नो आल्सो. इसके अलावा और कोई प्रॉब्लम है कहीं?
Yes, sir. If the at r equals to 0, how will you find the charges? Like from a point charge.
Let us say this is a point charge. Okay. What is your problem? Say it again.
सर हमें r इक्वल्स टू 0 पे अगर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड पता है तो उस टाइम चार्ज निकालना था, Q की वैल्यू निकालनी थी.
If you know the electric field, see.
Del dot equals to.
If you know charge and want to find electric field, you know the answer. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught rho dB upon r square integral over the whole volume. Let us say this is the charge distribution. Charge is there everywhere, right? And you want to know electric field at this point. Take a small piece here. Calculate electric field into this small piece. कितना charge है यहाँ पर? Charge density into dB. Okay, dq. This is dq. And then integrate over the whole body to calculate the electric field. Let us say electric field is known. Find charge distribution. What will you do now? अब आप क्या करेंगे?
Divergence of E equals to rho upon epsilon naught.
Yes. This is given to you, so you can calculate divergence of E. Obviously, it will be some answer that will give you the charge distribution. Now, I think your problem is this. If this is E, what is rho? Huh? Is that what you want to ask?
Yes, sir.
So, what is del dot E?
Sir, 0 except r equals to 0.
And for r is equal to 0, what is the answer?
4 pi del r cube.
Del Q bar, not R cube. Now, what is this del Q bar? Or you can write in three parts: del X, del Y, del Z. That's what is the meaning of del Q bar. Okay. So this is the charge distribution. Let us try to plot this charge. इसको plot करके देखिए क्या आता है. Del, this is for, sorry, कुछ गलत बताया आपने. Del dot r cap by r square is equal to 0 is equal to 4 pi del q bar, right? What exactly are we doing? This term multiply with q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, right? Is equal to how much? 0. R naught is equal to 0 is equal to multiply with this term also now. So what we get? 4 pi cancels, q by epsilon naught delta q bar, right? What is rho now? Rho कितना आएगा?
Q del Q bar.
Or this symbolically means del x, or let me write in complete language, x minus 0 del y minus 0, sorry, delta z minus 0. Now how will you realize this density? Density मिल गई, but if I ask you to put charge according to this density, कैसे आप put up करेंगे charge को? Let us see क्या मतलब इस density का. So let me first take the one dimension case only. Let us say rho is this. What is the meaning of this charge density? So this is x-axis. Okay. This is x is equal to 0 point. This is x negative side. This is x positive side. I want to know how much is the charge from x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 3. कितना चार्ज है इन दो लिमिट्स के बीच में?
Q. Sir, 0.
Charge from 2 to 3. The true answer is integral of x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 3 rho dx, right? What is rho? Q delta x minus 0 dx. What is this integral? So Q is constant. We can take it out. 2 to 3 delta x minus 0. Can you solve this integral?
Yes, sir, it coming out 0.
What is the property of delta function? Property of delta function is this. Delta x minus a is equal to 1 if limits are this. Some a minus epsilon to a plus epsilon means this is x-axis, this is x is equal to a, If your integration limits are around a, no matter how small it is, then this integral give you 1, otherwise 0. Let us say this a is equal to 5. मान लेते हैं a is equal to 5 है, then delta x minus 5 4.999 to 5.001 is 1. 5.00001 to 5.000000001. How much it is? 0. Okay. So if your function is within these limits, then it give you 1. I mean, this peak is counted in the integral. Then we are taking area of this infinite spike, and that area is 1. Otherwise, area is 0. I mean, now we are taking limit from here to here. यहाँ तो कोई फंक्शन बचा ही नहीं है. Everything is 0. इसको और जनरलाइज भी कर सकते हैं. A minus epsilon to A plus epsilon. How much it is? Anyone?
fx.
No.
FA.
Now we are multiplying this peak with some function. So first of all, let me plot this curve. इसको plot कीजिए, क्या बनेगा? This is function. It is continuous, but this is delta function. Almost 0 everywhere, and then it get a sharp peak at x is equal to a, and then come back. What is the product of these two? Fx is something. How much is delta? 0. What is the product? Some non-zero quantity into 0 becomes 0. At all the points, although fx is not 0, but since delta function is 0, we are getting 0. Similarly, on the other side of delta function, what is the product at x is equal to a? What is the value of this function? Fa. What is the area under this curve? 1. So what is the total area?
1.
Right? It's like we are multiplying area under this curve with this value. Area under the curve 1 था, उसको हमने वहां पे जो फंक्शन की वैल्यू से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. So this is the total answer, right? F into E. So same thing we are applying here. What is the peak of this delta function? At 0. What is the limit? Obviously outside this limit, outside this peak. So answer is 0. What is the charge from minus, let us say, minus 0.00001. How much is this answer? ये कितना होगा?
Q.
Sir, Q itself.
Q. So you can see this density describes a scenario where there is a charge Q at x is equal to 0. There is a point charge Q here, and then there is no charge anywhere, right? Now let us take 2D case. Okay. Let us say density is this. And I am going to find total charge inside this area. What is this area? X is equal to 2 to 3, y is equal to let us say 5 to 6. So what are the limits? Integral 2 to 3, these are the limits for x. Y is equal to 5 to 6, rho dx dy. How much is the charge? Q delta x delta y dx dy. What is the answer of this integral?
0.
0. Right? Let me choose this region. Means this integral. X from some 1 to 2. But what is the limit for y? Some negative number, let us say 0.5 to some positive number, let us say 0.5 plus. Rho delta x minus 0 or delta x delta y minus 0. What is the answer now?
0.
You can break this part. Sorry, Q here, not Q. So Q is constant, we can take it out. One integral is this 1 to 2 delta x dx. Second integral is minus half to half delta y dy. What is the first integral?
Sir, 0.
What is the second integral?
Q.
Q is
1.
1.
Yes.
How much is the total answer?
0.
Now let me take this integral. I want to know what is the charge inside this block. And this is a very small block. Limits are x is equal to minus 0.0001 to 0.0001. Limits on y are minus 0.002, 0.0002. Q delta x delta y. Now what is the answer? You can again break in two parts. One integral on x. So let me write directly here. These limits are minus 0.00001, 0.00001, minus 0.0002. Now what is this first integral? Under these limits.
1.
Second integral.
1.
1.
What is the total charge?
Q.
Q.
So what we see, this density describes a distribution where there is a point charge at the origin and no charge anywhere. When I write this kind of density, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? सेंटर पर एक चार्ज है, इसके अलावा कहीं कोई चार्ज नहीं है. Similarly, if I write Q delta x delta y delta z, what does it mean? There is a charge at the origin in this 3D universe. Origin पे तो एक चार्ज है, इसके अलावा there is no charge anywhere. इसके अलावा कहीं भी चार्ज नहीं है. What is this density? Can you describe what is the meaning of this density?
Sir, there is peak at x equals to 1, y equals to 1, and z equals to 2. On taking a limit 1 at x equals to 1 से below हल्का सा और ज़्यादा, y के 1 में और थोड़ा सा कम और थोड़ा ज्यादा, और जेड के 2 पे, तो सर वहाँ पे एक स्पाइक आएगा।
A point charge, and how much is that charge? Q at 1, 1, 2, and no charge anywhere else. Agree?
Yes sir.
Now let us say I have this situation. This is 3D space. Okay. I have one charge Q1 here. What is this point? X1, Y1, Z1. I have one more charge Q2 here. What is that point? X2, Y2, Z2. What is charge density of this system? Can anyone write? So my system consists of only two charges. Anyone? I mean, just try to make some guess. बहुत difficult
Sir,
नहीं है
can we add both, sir? Row of x minus x1, x minus y minus y1, z minus z1 plus x minus x2. That
Sir, we can make a quadratic equation whose roots are x1 and x2, y1 and y2, and z1 and z2.
So you are suggesting this could be one answer, huh? How will you verify whether this answer is right or not? कैसे पता करेंगे जो आपने लिखा है इनसे सही है गलत है?
Sir, like taking area at x1, y1 and z1, the second term become 0 and first term become 1, then it's coming out q1, and at coordinate x2, y2, z2, the second term become 1 and first term become 0, that's give a q2, then we are getting a correct
See,
answer, q1 plus q2.
if I want to verify whether this is the correct answer or not, idea is quite simple. Let us say I take this much volume. How much charge inside this volume? Q1, right?
Q1.
So if I take these limits, my answer should be equal to Q1 only. If I have these limits on volume, what answer should I get? Q2 only.
Q2.
Right? If I have this integral, how much answer should I get? So there is no charge inside this block. My answer should be 0.
0.
Right? If I have this volume, what answer should I get now? Q1 plus Q2, right?
Q1 plus Q2.
So am I getting these answers if I choose this density? क्या ये सब आंसर मिलेंगे मुझे इस डेंसिटी के साथ? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes, so it means that this is the correct answer. Right? So that's how we write density for point charges. Point charge को density लिखने का ये एक तरीका है. Now let's go back to your question. So what answer do we get? So what does this density implies? ये दोनों जो distribution है क्या बता रहे हैं आपको? Q charge at origin and no charge
Anywhere else.
anywhere else. In fact, there is no meaning of writing this statement. ये जो आपने लिखा है इसका कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. This is already included in this part. So I would say that remove this and remove this. This delta function automatically tells you that if R is not is equal to 0, density is 0. Okay. So this is one complete answer. So it is consistent with your intuition. Obviously, you will get this electric field when there is a charge at origin and no charge anywhere else. All right. Any other doubt? So now let us move back to the magnetostatic part. Problem 2. So how will you find a connection between A and D?
By finding angle theta.
So one approach is the geometrical one. You know it is part of a circle, right? This is a circle. When electrons get into the field, it makes a circle like this. So obviously A is this and this is D. So one way is that you find the center of the circle, you find the radius and then do the mathematics. Second one is simply this. Solve these equations, right? Now you need to know the initial conditions. I mean solve for A and phi. What is initial condition here? So let us say at t is equal to 0, particle enter in the magnetic field. This is t is equal to 0 point. Okay. So what do you have at t is equal to 0? X component not 0 is equal to, let us say, V. Y component 0. Z component 0. So particle enter with these specifications, and now you can find this A phi, A prime, phi prime. Similarly, you can also find position of particle at any time. At t is equal to 0, let us say x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Means I am assuming something like this. This is the magnetic field box. Okay. What I am assuming, let us say particle enters from this point. All right. So I am assuming that this is Bx. And let me say this point is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, z is equal to 0. Okay. So these are the initial setup. And what is this is t is equal to 0 time. And after some time, obviously it will go like this. Now what is this point? X is equal to A here, right? And how much is y? Y is equal to D, Z is equal to obviously 0. So these are the conditions that you know. What is T? T obviously not is equal to 0, you will have to find. So these are the parameters given to you. Now you need to find the connection between A and D. So you can try whatever method you are comfortable with. Your answer must be same. So check कीजिए दोनों से और आप ग्रुप में भी कर सकते हैं.
Sir,
Yes.
magnetic field term is also coming, sir.
Yes, so magnetic field is this. Some constant times z cap, right?
They told to find in the terms of Q Q, D, and A, sir. But B is also coming.
Right. B has to be there, right? Sorry, I should have written. Yes, B has to be there.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Problem 3. Now it is the extended version. We have both the things here. Electric field as well as magnetic field. Okay. What is the force now?
Sir, force is electric field gives the force, sir.
Sir, QE plus QB cross B.
So this is the force due to electric field. This is the force due to magnetic field. And if both are present, obviously both force has to be there. This is the total force. So what is the path of the electron?
Sir, cycloid.
Yes. So actually you will have to solve this equation, right? It's have all the possible answers which may happen in this case. What is the actual path depends on what is the initial orientation of the particle. Actual path क्या होगा depend करता है at t is equal to 0 or at any instant of time what was the orientation of the particle. So problem 4 is same, but now we have restricted it. We are assuming that initially at t is equal to 0 particle had only y component, means particle was entering from the horizontal side, right? And then it is deflected according to E and B. In the second part also, again, there is no change in the direction, but we have changed the magnitude. So problem 3 and 4 are connected. You need to find some general answer in 3. And if you want to complete that answer, you need some initial conditions. So those conditions are given in problem number 4. So these 3 and 4 are obviously some time taking process. Give it some time. Correct approach is to solve this equation. And again, these are 3 equations. d2x over dt square is equal to whatever is the x component. d2y over dt square is y component is equal to z component. What is electric field? So electric field here have only z component. Some constant times z cap. Magnetic
EQ
field
into K cap.
is some x component only. Some constant field times x component. So this is the information given to you. Using this information, you need to find the trajectory of the particle. Problem 5, did you try it? So for currents flowing in a volume, current density is given by this. Can you prove this? This is a piece of wire. So it is like a volume quantity. Obviously, the electrons are inside this piece of wire. There are infinite numbers of electrons. I want to know what is current density, let us say at this point. How will I calculate current density at this point? So can you please tell me how much is that current? So idea is take a small area element here, calculate how much current is passing through that area, and then divide by the same area. So let us say this area is ds. यहाँ से कितना करंट पास हो रहा है? And what is current? So current density is charge flow per second per unit area. So how much charge has crossed this surface in 1 second? Anyone? What is the answer? So these charges are having velocity v. So did anyone try this problem?
NEVDS.
NEVDS. That is current, right? What is current density then? Divide by the same area.
Yes,
Sir, by ds.
What is N into E? Or what is N?
Sir, charge density.
charge per unit volume.
Yes, sir.
Numbers of charges per unit volume. And if I multiply with the value of that charge, so this is N into E is equal to charge per unit volume, right? Is equal to rho. So that is rho V. But rho V in case when current is flowing through a volume. Let us say I have a plain sheet only. So charge is now flowing over a surface. Okay. What is my definition of current now? अब current की definition क्या हो जाएगी? Charge passing through unit cross-sectional length. Let us say this length is dl. How much charge is passing through this length? Okay. So charge flowing per second through unit cross-sectional or perpendicular length. Okay. This is called surface current density. So instead of this ds, now you will be using this dl. Accordingly, your definition of current density will change, and therefore we have a different name. It is now surface current density. Again, do the same calculation, and you will find that this is equal to sigma times P. What is sigma? Surface current density. Okay. And let us say if charge is passing through a linear component only, let us say very, very, very thin wire, then what is the definition of current? Charge flowing per unit second through a point. Let us say this is some point P. यहाँ से 1 सेकंड में कितना चार्ज फ्लो हो जाता है? That is current now.
सर तीनों में इक्वेशन तो वही रहेगी।
Which equation?
तो NEAB वाली सर।
No. See, there is no volume here. Is there any volume here?
नो सर।
No, right? So instead of n, you will define some new quantity which depends on the surface, right?
ओके सर, ओके।
Right. Similarly, is there any surface here? No. The charges are along the line only, right? So accordingly, there is no rho or sigma now. There is only linear charge density, and accordingly, we have separate answers for these three things. They look identical, only their charge density component is now changing. Current I is uniformly distributed in a wire of circular cross section with radius A. Yes. What is the current density here?
I by pi a square,
I divided by,
pi a square।
right. Problem 7 we have done in the theory part. Problem number 8. So the first part is quite easy because current is uniformly distributed, right? But see, it is not in the volume, it is on the surface. So this is the current in that problem. This is the wire. But all the electrons are on the surface. So this is the surface. Electrons are on the surface only. You need to find current on this surface, and therefore there is surface current density. There is no volume current density here. Problem number 9, I'm not going to discuss today. So think about this problem and let me know your answer. I'm interested in the second part. Calculate field at s is equal to 0 and do you agree with this answer? जो भी आंसर आपको मिलता है, क्या आपको लगता है वो आंसर सही है, feasible है?
Sir, it is infinity, sir.
Yes. So do you see infinite magnetic field?
Sir, what I think is infinite magnetic field doesn't mean that it should be infinite in value, whereas the field lines are very close to each other, sir.
So obviously, I mean,
Maybe relatively high. That means field lines are very close to each other when it touches the object. We see at bar
do you
magnet.
sense such a high magnetic field? Right. I mean, do you see such a high magnetic field around the current carrying wires?
I have not seen one.
And that is why there is second part here. We have wires of some finite thickness, right? It is not of zero thickness. So do the
Yes.
same thing again, but now take some width of that wire. And do you see that infinite thing again?
I think no, sir.
So see how much is the difference in the answer, and is your answer consistent with your daily life experiences? So do it on paper, and then you will see the differences. All right. So let me end here, and please solve this tutorial now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.